What if that deep yearning that you have for a husband is simply God calling you higher to become his bride? Hear me out. You're yearning for love. You're yearning to be seen. You're yearning for intimacy. And imagine if that yearning in your heart is coming from God, yearning for a relationship with you, yearning for you to see him as everything that he is, the provider, the healer, the comforter, the lover of your soul. You can't see God as he is because you're busy looking at another God, which is a husband. You think you're missing something. And you think that God is hostile towards you because he hasn't given you a husband, but he knows that if he gives you a husband, that'll be like giving you another God because you think a husband can fill in the empty places that only God can. Don't worry, it used to be me too, until God began to show me that he was always provider, that I was always loved, that I was always seen. He's literally everything that I've ever needed, and yet I used to look at him like he wasn't enough because he had not given me a physical husband that I could put my hands on. Sometimes God refuses to release the things that we ask for because we put the thing above him. It's a lot like the people back in the time of King Saul when they begged God for a king. They begged God for a king because they didn't feel that God was sufficient. They begged him for a king because they looked at other nations who had kings. God was telling them, I'm everything that you can need. I'm with you. I'll guide you. Everything that you think their king can give you, I can give you that plus more. But it wasn't good enough for them. So God gave them a king. And that king was harsh towards them because anytime you ask for an idol and you demand an idol, idols get torn down. Imagine the women that married wrong because they weren't willing to wait on God. They married their idols, and now they're in marriage with harsh husbands, husbands that can neither hear them nor speak to them, husbands that can't cover them or bless them because idols have no capabilities. So I don't know who's under the sound of my voice, but if you would take that yearning that you feel for a romantic relationship and you will turn that into a yearning for the presence of God, he will turn you into his bride. You want to be a bride of man, but God is calling you to be the bride of Christ. Because before you become a bride of a man, especially a man who is a son of God, you first need to learn how to submit to the one true God. Otherwise, it'll be a nuisance to you to get a man who loves God. You would be the distraction. So I pray that you hear this and you receive it with love. And I pray that it helps.